Hi, my name is Stu Cantor, and I'm a member of NC4, the North Castle Citizen Corps Council.
My name is Eileen Joy, and I've been a volunteer with NC4 since 2005.
My name is Michael Shaliro. I've been a resident of North Castle for about 11 years, and I got involved in NC4 actually before it was NC4.
I joined after seeing an NC4 booth at the Folderol the summer of 2005.
I first learned about NC4 at an open school night when I met Mike Shaliro, who told me about what this organization does. The organization actually has two main functions. One is to provide shelter during time of emergency, and secondly is to provide educational services to our community to help people be better prepared and ready should there be an emergency inside their home.
Right after 9/11, a lot of us felt helpless at what we couldn't do to help other than give blood.
Part of the reason, or the reason that I joined the North Castle Citizens Corps Council is a result of my experience over 9/11.
So shortly thereafter, the town had mailed out a request from citizens to get training, get some type of Red Cross training. It was circulated throughout the town. There were about, I think if I remember, 5, 6, or 7 residents who responded to it. It was sent out from the town through Bruce Barnard at the rec department. And we, over the next several months after we responded and got to the first meeting, we got all of our Red Cross training, and we were fully equipped to work in a shelter, not open a shelter, but work in a shelter. And at the time, we were fairly novice at it, or novices, and then Bruce said, now you guys can, once you've got your training, you could determine what do you want to do with this thing. You want to form an organization, you determine how you want to take it forward. So at that time, there was a handful of us that were working on it and determining how we were going to take it forward, and we decided to create a Citizen Corps Council.
Well, FEMA created the Citizens Corps Councils in 2002, and I believe the North Castle Citizen Corps Council was formed the following year in 2003.
One of our first tasks as a committee was to help the town create an emergency response plan. And back in 2004, we did receive a small grant from the federal government, I believe it was $7,500, to launch that effort. And in fact, the town now does have a very effective emergency response plan.
And with the money that we've received, we've been able to purchase supplies. We have cots, we have blankets, pillows, what we need to set up a shelter for the town, for the residents of North Castle. NC4 is a group of North Castle volunteers who's been trained by the Red Cross to set up and operate an emergency shelter in the town of North Castle if the need arises. And we also provide education and information around emergency preparedness.
We have 92 citizens of North Castle who have volunteered to participate on our NC4 committee. People have all different kinds of responsibilities within that 92-person group.
The sheltering function is an important piece of that, and that was the main sole function that we tried to address, is if there is an emergency in town, that the town and its citizens on its own for free can use volunteer time and train volunteers to set up a shelter to help their fellow citizens, and a good example of that was this past winter in the 2 major storms that we had.
We offered initially a warming center here at the Hergenhen Center where people could come and warm up and charge their cell phones, charge their laptops, have coffee, get information about what was going on with the town. And we eventually turned the warming center into a full shelter, set up cots, and we had a few people stay over because their homes were without power.
And in fact, as a consequence of running the shelter for the community, we had lots of people, additional people, sign up who actually got to or had to use our shelter facilities.
And it was a wonderful experience for us as NC4 members as volunteers, and I think the residents of North Castle appreciated having a place to come to as well.
If this model could be replicated in other municipalities all around the state, all around the country, then when a large-scale emergency does strike, a lot of these communities can be self-sufficient, and they don't have to wait for help from the county, the state, or the federal government.
For people who are interested in joining NC4, they can visit our website, which is www.nc-ccc.org, and go to the Contact Us page, and you'll find an email for Jane Kahn, our chairperson, and send her a note and sign up that way. You can also go to the town website, which is northcastlenewyork.com, and there's information there on how to join NC4. And you can also come to one of our meetings. We meet every fourth Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m. at the Armonk Firehouse, and everyone's welcome to join us.